Steve here from the AdventureRx. This is episode 22 of our vlog, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of home improvement on our 13-foot Scamp trailer coming up in just a little bit. In the last episode, episode 21, I went on a little bit of a rant because I had a big issue with the DMV, got my driver's license taken away, had to reapply and go through a whole bunch of hoops in order to make that happen. But I'm happy to report that thanks to my doctor going to some pretty great lengths to get the required information to the DMV, I'm now situated, I have my license back, I'm able to drive legally, and just in time because Stephanie and I are about to fly back east again for work. So every 4 to 6 weeks or so, we wind up commuting back east, and we kind of have to balance the fun we have and the creativity and the inspiration that we get to experience out here living on the road with a little bit of hustle and grind every so often. And the way we work it out really is we pretty much block our work so that we're working for a few weeks at a time when it's there, when the opportunity is there, and then when we're back on the road, we're able to kind of put more of our time into our passion projects. And the hope is that eventually we're going to be able to support ourselves just on our passion projects. And what you're watching right now, this is part of that effort. There's a link below here if you're interested in supporting the work that we're doing. Just buy a photo print, and that's a great way that you can help out. And of course, subscribe to this channel, because the more people that we have connected in this community, the greater the opportunity that we have to really change the way that people look at the possibility of their life with diabetes and with other invisible illnesses. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of fixing up around the trailer. One of the things that I want to share with you are little hacks and little tricks that I find to make living in an RV in a little tiny space more viable. And so one of those things that I want to share today is a way to keep the cabinets closed when you drive down the road. And a couple of weeks ago, the first time we were making a commute back east and we were driving out to Vegas, because that's usually where we fly out of, about 3/4 of the way there, we wound up stopping, pulling over, just to check on how everything was riding back here in the trailer. And I got out of the car, opened the door, and it just looked like a complete massacre in here, because the cupboard doors came open and all the beans, lentils, quinoa, a bunch of really small food items, nuts, seeds, etc. were just all over the floor in here. And so it was a good lesson to learn early on, which was even doors that seem really sturdy and containers that seem like they should be able to survive a fall, when you put a little bit of the road vibration in there, it's a lot more than what you tend to think. And so it's really important to have a way to add something to maintain closure on any of the cabinets and the drawers and what have you. So I decided to try these baby-proof cabinet locks that are available on Amazon. They're called Munchkin Dual Action Multi-Use Latches, and I believe these are based on the name Munchkin, right? These are made for securing cabinets from infants, and the multi-use is going to come into play today, because one of those uses is going to be making it so that your RV is able to drive down the road without you having to worry about stopping and checking to see if things are dumping out of the cupboards onto the floor. And I realize that a lot of RVs do come with locks already built in, so if yours did, that's awesome. And come to think of it, I don't know why Scamp wouldn't have thought of putting that on these cupboards, because it seems like a really small touch to add. These were, I believe, under $10 when I got them off of Amazon, and I only have two because I've noticed that there's really two cupboards that tend to come open. Oh, so I actually have 4 of these. I didn't realize that there were 4 of these, because each one of these is a 2-pack. So I guess maybe we will be able to outfit all of the drawers. So the installation for this appears fairly simple. We're just going to peel off the back on the adhesive, and we're going to put one end on the door, just like that, and then we're going to repeat this process on the other side over here. Then we're going to pull the slack out, and we're going to stick this piece right over here. Okay, and there is the finished product. We can open this, and you see that it swivels here so that you're not putting a lot of stress on the adhesive. You can open the cabinet, and then when you're ready to go down the road, you just click it back in place, and there you go. Okay, so here is the completed install. You can see the baby-proof locks there on the cupboards, up above, and on our pantry cupboards over here. And I left a little bit of slack in here, so it's not super tight, but it's enough that like it'll keep the door from coming open, and you don't have to wrestle with it too much when you're putting it back on and you want to go back down the road. I suspect that it's because those cupboards are on the side of the vehicle that they're the most prone to coming open, because there's a lot more side-to-side forces in play rocking back and forth when you're driving down the road than front to back. So some of the other cupboards, they don't really need any extra attention, at least from what I've seen at this point. So we'll keep you updated on how that goes. And the next thing we're going to do after this is we're going to head outside, because we're going to do a little bit of improvement to the exterior of the trailer.